And a false face-off. We'll try it again. This is the semifinal matchup taking place between the San Diego Hosers and the South Coast Savage. Of course, we started this tournament, as we talked about at the top of the show, with 5 clubs participating in this MLRH event. Ready? And we are ready. And we are set for the drop of the puck here in Irvine. As you see the Hosers in their basic orange jerseys up top, you have South Coast Savage in purple, and we are underway. I got to tell you, Mike, Savage with a big turnover. Quick shot, big save. As the Savage, I got to tell you, they have a tall order ahead of them here today. They come in the heavy underdog in this hockey game.
That's correct, Chris. They got the number 4 seed, so that's why they're playing a number 1 team right now.
Savage came out, they beat the Vikings, in fact, the only team that has been eliminated from this tournament. But since then, Savage lost to Palma 8-4. They lost again to these same Hosers 8-3. And then the Savage lost to the Cowboys 8-3. So defense has definitely been a bit of a problem for the Savage in purple, as they'll play it all the way back inside their own zone. This is a very common tactic in roller hockey. You'll see teams try to regroup in the neutral zone. And especially with a team like South Coast, they are playing shorthanded. They may have the fewest players remaining in this tournament right now. They only have 3 players up front, and then you have an additional 3 as that shot down low is turned aside, and a quick turnaround move to the inside results in a goal. And just like that, bang, bang, San Diego with that potent offense draws first blood just a minute, 15 seconds into this game. You know, San Diego is definitely a quick strike type of an offense.
They are, Chris. They've been wanting to play game after game, and they don't want a rest period at all. They just want to keep playing. So these guys aren't out of breath one little bit.
And the formula does not bode well for the Savages because, bear in mind, like I was saying, they've been giving up 8 goals a game their last 3 outings, as that shot is cupped against the body of their goaltender, Marcus Verlin, and Verlin will take the face-off to his right. So San Diego draws first blood, which has pretty much been the case throughout this tournament. Safe to say, in your expert opinion, that the Hosers are perhaps the creme de la creme of this tournament?
I would say so, Chris, but they got a tough competition ahead against the Cowboys and against Palma.
Another odd man situation. Puck is turned aside by Verlin, scooped up at the defense, played offensively back the other way. They counterpunch. One-time shot whistles off the body of the defender, played into the corner, and around the roulette wheel it comes back out to center court.
The South Coast Savage is definitely the underdog here, but they're playing okay now. They might be a little winded, though, with so few players.
Got to tell you, though, they are playing with a bit of life right now, and I got to tell you, this is the type of tournament with the games so closely matched together that it does take a lot out of you over the course of the day. Puck out of the corner. Hosers with it, looking for the trailer. In the high slot, wrist shot is gloved down by Verlin, and he will hang on. Jumping up into the action there was Morgan Capps, and he let fly with a wicked wrist shot that was gloved and held on. 3 minutes gone here in the opening period. San Diego on top 1-0. Face off again to the right of goaltender Marcus Verlin, who's been a very, very active player here in the opening moments of this opening period. In the neutral zone, collecting. Stefan Demopoulos playing down low. Quick wrist shot steered aside. Poke check to the backboards. Savages having difficulty breaking out of their own zone uncontested. One-time pass connects in the neutral zone. They got a man flying down the middle, but they did not spot him, and instead they elect to play it back. I got to tell you, this type of tactic to me, Mike, plays well for the Savages. I don't know how much you want to press and have men get caught up ice. The goal that was scored in an odd-man situation in favor of San Diego. Along the far boards, driving back to the inside, Parker Moskal. Along the backboard, swept away. Near side, picked up in the high slot area. Stefan Demopoulos. Along the near boards, looking for a man in the high slot, finds him. Cutting aside is Parker Moskal. Again, I am absolutely positively amazed by the way these guys can stop on a dime. I'm an ice hockey player, Mike. And I got to tell you, it is no easy task to stop, as that young man did just behind the net just there now, on a dime. It's very difficult to do.
some of these guys are pretty young too, so maybe that's why you can't do that, Chris.
Are you casting aspersions in my direction, young man? Should I pull out the driver's license right now? Pass down low, broken up in the defense. I don't know. I don't know if I'd win that. If I'd win that bet, come to think of it, you know. Savages with all kinds of time as San Diego backs off through the neutral zone. Nice little shimmy step. Played back inside their own zone, and again, South Coast in their purple jerseys will take refuge in behind their own net. 5 minutes gone, opening period. They only trailed by 1. This is the first of 2 semifinal games. Stutter step move to the outside, whistles past the glove of goaltender Zach Cummings, comes to rest along the far boards. Man Watson in the high slot. Here it comes, and Cummings comes way out of his net. Gotta like the way a goaltender spots the man in the open area there, Mike, then comes out to challenge.
We talked about him before, Chris. He's a great goalie. He's doing exceedingly well. Cummings for Savages has been doing well the whole tournament. I mean, perhaps maybe he's getting a big lead from his offense, but he's still doing very well.
Outlet pass, far side. Looking for an option down low. Man late coming into the high slot, wants the pass, does not get it. They'll play it all the way back to the center stripe and backstrap onto the, or should I say, back pedal on their half of the surface. Bat the other way quickly, and that shot rattled the pipe. High in the air it bounds. It caught some of the beams at the top of this arena, and so the officials wisely call the play dead, and they'll spot the face-off to the left of goaltender Marcus Verlin. Well, you know, I'm looking over at that South Coast bench. They only have 2 guys on that bench right now.
As opposed to Savage, I see 5 guys
there you
standing, ready to go.
There you go. And you can tell one of the guys is sucking wind right now. Pass down low, off the skates of the intended receiver, comes to rest in the corner, but again, Hosers, first man to it, in the slot, stutter step move. Whoa, nifty poke check there by the goaltender Marcus Verlin. Back the other way they come. South Coast biding their time. They'll play it all the way back inside their own zone. Again, I like this tactic because the last thing you want to do is get in a shootout with San Diego. They'll just slow it up once again, and they will make San Diego work if they want possession of this puck. But you can tell the Hosers right now already up 1-0. They seem very content to just lay back and say, hey, come at us, let's go. Under 8 minutes to go, opening half. San Diego Hosers on top, 1-0. High slot, wrist shot. Cummings came over, but it was blocked at the defense, and that may have taken a bite out of the defender. He is very slow and hobbled, trying to make it back. Tic-tac-toe, pass down low. You can put a stripe through it. 2-0 lead for San Diego.
Baldwin with the assist.
Boy, that was just slick. And that's what I was talking about. You get that man trapped up ice, and all of a sudden you're in a non-man situation, come back the other way, and you wonder how can guys get that wide open behind the defender? Well, that's what happens when you're down a man in your own zone defensively. So, 2-0 in orange. Back the other way. Wrist shot through traffic.
Metcalf. Yeah, Metcalf.
Billy Metcalf with a nifty move outside in, and he took that shot. And again, Marcus Verlin very effective with the blade of that stick. San Diego Savages, again, a very deliberate breakout. They've got a wide open man in the neutral zone. Let's see if they can make the pass to him. He wanted it, did not get it. Dragged off the near boards, and back the other way they come. Toe drag move to the inside. Pass to the inside is poked aside at the defense. Head on a swivel for goaltender Zach Cummings as he picks up the puck out of the corner. And back the other way comes San Jose with time. Toe drag move, spinorama, backhand shot, and a blocker save. What a terrific move that was, from forehand to backhand and going back upstairs, as Parker Moskal did a magnificent job of trying to put himself on the highlight reel. Puck in the corner. 6 minutes to go in the opening period. 2-on-2 situation. No crisscross. Moskal again tries to go through the skates. Good read at the defense. Moskal blows out a tire. 3-on-2 opportunity back the other way. But a pass was too far behind the intended receiver. And again, the Savages will have to regroup on the perimeter. Backhand shot. Cummings got a piece of that. Gobbled up at the defense. One of the things, that we been talking about here in Southern California for so long is the El Nino season here in Southern California. And I understand, Mike, you're going to take off your fireman's cap for a moment and become meteorologist. What do you got for me?
Looks like we're getting a little break from the weather right now. It's been raining for several days out here in so-called sunny California. But guess what, Chris? Back in Alexandria, it's snowing right now where I'm from, back in D.C., so I'll take a little rain.
Hey, I'm a native of Chicago, and one of my best friends sent me a picture from U.S. Cellular Field where the White Sox were playing their second home date of the year, and there was snow on the ballpark. You know? So do I have to change your name now from Mike the Fireman to Mike the Weatherman?
No, I don't think so, Chris.
All right.
I'll stick with the fireman.
All right, good man.
But the rain out here causes condensation on the floor, so
sure
sometimes
does.
it makes it a little slick for these guys, but it seems to be doing okay today.
Hey, I'll tell you, it looks pristine. And I got to tell you, when you're playing this many games in this short a period of time, you want it to be a little bit cool as that shot goes high just inside the top of the crossbar, and just like that, bang, bang. Check it out. Savage on the board, 2-1. That was a nifty cross-ice pass. As that pass was deposited top shelf to cut the lead in half.
Chris, as you know, I'm a big Caps fan. I just want to know if you noticed they won the President's Cup.
Well, you know what? If you want to settle for the President's Cup, go right ahead. I, on the other hand, a lifelong Chicago Blackhawks fan, I'll take 3 Stanley Cups over the last 6 years. Backhand to forehand, swing and a miss. And I think a few times the Blackhawks won the President's Cup during that time. But, for your guys, you know what my biggest concern is always about the Capitals?
First round playoffs.
Getting past the opening round. You got that right. In the high slot, wrist shot, and again it's fought off by Verlin to the near wall. I'll tell you, Marcus Verlin's played a heck of a game these first 11 minutes or so. Toe drag move to the outside, wicked wrist shot, and again Verlin comes out to challenge. They'll gobble it up defensively and try to counter punch back the other way. Nifty move around the intended defenseman who stepped up and tried the poke check, but they were able to work it down into the corner. And again, South Coast elects to play it all the way back inside their own zone. I like the tact. I like the tact because it's not as taxing on your body, Mike. I also like the tact because you know you're playing a much more skilled team in San Diego. Oh, look out. Big turnover. Quick shot, and Cummings come out again to make the big save. He cupped the puck up against his body. If you're just joining us, Chris Matson alongside Mike the Fireman. We are coming to you from the rinks in Irvine, just off the corner of Jamboree and Barranca here in Southern California. Overcast day, chilly day here in Southern California. Rain expected later on this evening. Pristine conditions, though, for players like this to churn up ice. Toe drag move to the inside as losing the puck was Charles Baldwin in the corner, but he'll follow up. Baldwin out of the corner. Looks for an option. He's got 2 of them. Now we'll play it back to the line. Stepping up around the defense. Look out here on the backhand. And mishandling the puck was Steph Demopoulos. Demopoulos again with it. He's got a wide open man behind him. No, he wants to go forward. 3-on-3 back the other way.
If the Savage want to score, Chris, they're going to have to get out of their own end.
Oh, ain't that the truth? Puck possession, 9/10 of the law. I don't have to tell you, as the puck is brought out of the corner, quick wrist shot, blocked down to the defense. That's one of the things that I'm impressed with thus far by South Coast. They are cutting off the shooting lanes when possible inside, trying to relegate San Diego to the perimeter whenever they can. And again, they'll slow up the pace. Gotta like it. Controlling the puck is Mike Tash. Tash will send the puck in deep. Tash is an open man near side. It's Brung Bronco. Is that a hockey name or what? Quick wrist shot. Big save. Loose puck gobbled up in the defense. Swatted back into the corner by Brung Bronco. I'm going to love saying that before this game's over. I was just waiting for him to touch the puck, for crying out loud. Back the other way. Wrist shot and out of his net again as Marcus Verlin. Referee loses sight of it, and we'll get a whistle and a stoppage in play. 2-1 game. Hosers, who come into this game undefeated, the top seed in the tourney, playing the number 4 seed, leading by 1 with under a minute to go. They'll regroup in the neutral zone. Morgan Caps with it. Along the near boards is Dom Kieser. Kieser wanted the puck. He'll now trail as that long shot is steered aside. Speedy Gonzalez took it. Aerial pass comes to rest along the far wings boards, and back to get it again is Dom Kieser. On the forecheck is Chad Lewis. Trying to crack the code in over the zone. Looking for an option is Billy Metcalf. There he finds one. Stepping up, looking, shooting with Speedy Gonzalez. And I got to tell you, these guys, you do not want them to get between the circles. And Gonzalez took that pass, drew it to the forehand, snaps it home. And just before the end of the half, it is a 3-1 San Diego Hosers lead.
Guess that's why his nickname's Speedy, Chris, man. He was moving.
Yeah, ain't that the truth. Last opportunity here. Time winding down, and Cummins got the pad on it, and that'll do it. Well, pretty much as planned, San Diego came out. They got the first goal. They got the second goal. And then South Coast thought they had a little bit of life when they got that marker down 2-1.
Yeah, 3-1. I think people were surprised that it's 3-1. I think people might have thought it would be a little bit bigger margin than this at the halftime, but Savage are hanging in there.
So here we are at halftime. Chris Matson alongside my partner, Mike the Fireman. And we remind you, we have another 15-minute half to go. I think to their credit, a couple of things when I think of South Coast, Mike, and that is, A, they're shorthanded. And that's taxing enough as it is. But the other thing that I give South Coast a lot of credit for is the fact that they are trying their best to sort of force the issue offensively. They've gotten caught up court a couple of times, and it's cost them. But they're trying to bring the play. And this is a team, as I pointed out, I mean, their last couple of outings, they've given up 8 goals again.
Correct.
So it'll be interesting to see, conditioning-wise, how these guys are going to hold up in the final 15.
Well, Verlin's playing well for him as a goal. Like it's only they get 3 goals, but might seem like a lot. But I'm sure he's had at least 6 or 7 saves that I can count.
So, as we move forward, San Diego and Orange will move left to right through your screen. You'll have South Coast, that is, the Savages going from right to left. So Verlin moves to our right in goal. Zach Cummings moves to our left in goal. Nice little bit of defense displayed there by Reed Kinsey as the puck is played back to the line. And they'll counter punch back the other way. Stepping up, Billy Metcalf again. He's got time, he winds, he shoots. And again, the big save and the big fat rebound is chewed up by the defense. Marcus Verlin has been the story in this game. He has kept South Coast in it. Kevin Tanaka stops behind the net. He's got a poacher way up court if they can find him. Near side, controlling. Chad Lewis rims the puck around the boards. Nice little hook from behind, stripped his man of the puck, looking for an option. One-time pass down low, has to get scooped up out of the corner. Play it back to the line, controlling, far side. Near side feed. Now they have a man in motion, and Tanaka down low again, but they mishandled the puck. Good forecheck up front by Billy Metcalf to force the misplay, and South Coast will have to come back the other way. Around 2 men, now 3 on 3 back the other way. In behind the net looking for an option. They'll play it all the way back out, and there to scoop it up back inside his own zone. Far side. Very mild forecheck being applied right now by San Diego. They're up by 2, so they're in no particular hurry. Back the other way on the short end. Trying to step around his man was Mike Tash. Tash was stripped to the puck. Outlet pass back the other way, and look out here. They've got a poacher down low. That's Dom Kieser. He wants the pass. There it is down low, but it was poke checked aside of the defense. In behind the net. Kieser again gets wrapped up and controlling. South Coast will play it back the other way. They've got a man down low. Aerial pass chopped down at the defense. What a nifty play that was, and look at that. 2 bursts of speed, and off they go. Back the other way. Takix with a shot. It was blocked down at the defense. Boy, I got to tell you, some of these guys, 2 strides and they're gone.
They are quick, Chris. They are quick. Quicker than you or I. Well, me anyway.
I was going to say, speak for yourself, young man. Back the other way they come. 3-1 lead in Orange, leading. Drop pass. Steph Demopoulos plays it in down low. Verlin got a piece of that. Defense trying to control a loose puck. They get help. 3 minutes gone. Out of the corner. Looking back, Bronco will play it out front. Chopped out of the defense. Time to regroup and just slow things up just a little bit. Controlling near side, David Baldwin. Plays to the far wing boards. Outlet pass gets scooped up by Parker Moskal. He'll step up to the outside. His shot gets blocked down. Along the backboards, good pursuit of the puck by Moskal. Had a man out front, could not get the puck to him. Oh, little toe drag move. One move too many. Lost control of the puck. Counter punching back the other way. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Oh, stopping on a dime, waiting, looking, dropping it back in the high slot. And again, that toe drag move to the outside. But South Coast forced to play back. Aerial feed down low, chopped down at the defense. I got to tell you, Mike, this next goal, critical. Can you imagine? If somehow, some way, South Coast can pick one up, they'll pull within one. As again, San Diego bids for another. But let's face it, a 3-goal lead by San Diego.
South Coast is up there.
Yep, there they go again. It's the blocker and the paddle was down for goaltender Zach Cummings to thwart that attempt. They'll counter punch back the other way. Speedy Gonzalez, he's got one already. Toe drag move to the outside, and that rolled off the toe of his stick. 10.5 minutes to go here in the second.
South Coast is not quitting. They're still out there playing hard.
Look at them go. To the
Nice
inside,
move.
poke checked aside as they tried to pull it to the inside and get off a quality shot. The trailer was Kevin Tanaka, but it was thwarted at the defense, and we'll get a stoppage in play. Bear in mind, though, stoppage in play does not stop the clock.
All right, we're at 10 minutes now, still ticking. Like you said, 3-1 is not too bad. If it gets to be 4-1, 10 minutes.
And you know what's even better? When you're down by 2 and the other team takes a penalty. That's what we have here. Power play opportunity. 4-on-3 now for the South Coast Savage. Inside the zone. Notice the 3-man pyramid. 1 man high in orange, 2 down low. That's a tough code to crack, let me tell you. But you want to start seeping them back a little bit. Let's see if they force the issue. They are. They're going to try to play some offense while on defense. Back the other way. They got a man up ice on the backhand. Oh, good recovery on the back check to strip his man of the puck. Wow. I got to tell you, Ryan Tackes took off, and they suddenly had a 2-on-1 short-handed back the other way. 1:20 to go, by the way, on that high sticking penalty. Pass down low, swatted aside by Zach Cummings, and again, it'll be going the full length of the rink for South Coast. They got a wide-open man on the wide side. He wants the puck. Let's see if they give it to him. Thus far, they're looking the other way, to the near side. Controlling Tanaka. Now he plays it to the far side. Along the backboards, they'll swipe it to an open point, and cutting over to get it is Mike Tash. Tanaka with it again. He's on the forehand. Plays down low, wants give and go, won't get it. Out it comes back to the high slot area. Played down low, 43 seconds to go on this power play opportunity as it's broken up in the defense. And here they go again. From defense to offense, back the other way. Billy Metcalf looking, waiting, still waiting. And he shoots, and he caught the side of the net.
It's not been the most effective power play I've ever seen, Chris.
Well, let's see what happens here. They can catch him in an odd man situation if they hustle. But instead, they slow up the pace, and that allows San Diego to get a fresh body over top of the boards. And that fresh body will counter-punch back the other way. Here comes Charles Baldwin in over the line. Boy, he's got some wheels, pardon the pun.
10 seconds left in the power play. They need to move.
That's right. One more opportunity on this power play advantage. Pass down low, quick. Wrist shot, caught the pipe. Oh, my. They came that close to pulling within one. Banked off the far boards and now fresh out of the box. Here they come back the other way. We're back at full strength, 4-on-4. One-time shot saved by the left pad of Marcus Verlin. Verlin read that beautifully.
No checking today, Chris, but as you can see, as we're getting into the semifinal and into the championship game.
There's a little rubbing of sweaters out there, as they like to say.
The refs are letting him play. That's good.
Kevin Tanaka, near side. Drifts back to his side of the red line. Now steps up over it. Loose puck, far side, he controls. Tried to step around the defense. He does. What a move, but he lost control of the puck. Nice outlet pass in the neutral zone. Charles Baldwin cuts to the outside. Baldwin looking for an option, head on a swivel. Still looking, has a man wide open in the high slot. Here's Morgan, caps his shot blocked out. It's in the pads of the goaltender dugout. Another opportunity. They want the pass here. It comes. The shot blocked down as Charles Baldwin, tapping the stick on the court, got the pass he wanted. Baldwin still has it. 6:45 to go here in the second half, up by 2. You know, this is an interesting moment in the game because if you're the Hosers, you could really play keep away the rest of the way and you're going to the championship game.
They're not doing it. They're still playing.
Not. I was going to say, these guys are nothing but offenses. That shot is swiped in on goal. Verlin got the left pad on it, but I'm looking at the official to see if they're going to say that it crossed the line. Apparently not. He was able to pin it up against the left post, and we will get a stoppage in play as that shot hugged the ice all the way. Fresh bodies on for San Diego. Stepping onto the court, near side, you got Steph Demopoulos. As an outlet pass connects, brought it over the line. Little bump check there, into the corner, Chad Lewis. Lewis still with it, relegated to the outside, wants none of that, tries to reverse the angle, plays it into the corner, and again, cutting over to get it. San Diego, cool under pressure, coughs it up, high slot, quick shot, and Cummins got a piece of that. Counter punching back the other way.
Kaiser with the puck.
Looking down low, it gets poke checked aside. I don't know about you, Mike, but this San Diego club, they're pretty impressive. It's just one set of Hot Wheels after the other. I mean, these guys are just speed on top of speed. As that shot caught nothing but pipe. Wow.
I was going to say not much defense, Chris, but they shut that power play down pretty effectively.
What a one-time shot and what a right pad save by Zach Cummings. Out of the corner again, looking, they send through traffic. And here they come counter-punching back the other way again. Dom Kieser with it. Kieser looking to the wide side, wants it back, cutting to the inside. The shot gets blocked out of the defense. That's the element of the game that I've been talking about many times, Mike, and that is the Savages' ability to come back and shut things down defensively. They've done a fine job, especially for a team, like I say, that was so porous over their last 3 games, giving up 8 goals apiece. Now we look at the clock. 4.5 minutes to go here in the second half. And as you can tell, San Diego's saying, fine, you want it, come get it. And right now, South Coast showing some signs of fatigue. Along the backboards, 2-man scrum. Played up the far wing boards. Hope you're enjoying the call of the action. Chris Madsen alongside Mike the Fireman here on RollerHockeyTV.net. And we remind you, for all upcoming tournament action, go to MLRH.com, MajorLeagueRollerHockey.com. Back the other way they come, out of the corner. They have options. They will elect to just try and rag the puck just a little bit, buy themselves a little bit of time, grind it down a little bit more on South Coast. And they've done a fine job of that.
Hey, Chris, if the Savage get a goal here in a little bit, they can take advantage of the stop time at 2 minutes.
That is true.
They got to move. 3:34 left.
Well, I think that if you're looking at potential turning points for the Savage in this game, maybe the biggest missed opportunity was that power play, because it was a very ineffective power play. And with that, you got to give credit to San Diego.
That's what I'm saying. Like they seem to be mainly an offensive team, but they did very well on a power play.
Draw controlled, and they'll counter-punch back the other way. But they're on the short end of a 2-on-3. Long shot, never made it through traffic. By the way, while we have a moment, I want to thank our producer, Jared No, the terrific job that he's doing here today, as well as our camera operator, Todd Summers. What a fantastic job they're doing as we bring you the action here on RollerHockeyTV.net from Irvine, California. By the way, Irvine, California, rated the #1 safest city in America. Did you know that?
I did not know that, Chris.
Well, see, stick with me, friend. We're learning something every day, and what we're learning right now is we've got ourselves a game. Boy, what a slew sayer you are, my friend. You talked about getting a goal and trying to pull within 1 with stop time. And may I offer a tip of the Southern California cap, my friend? Wow.
May not be the safest neighborhood for now for the Savage with that goal scored.
I was going to say, with you in the neighborhood, it's not the safest neighborhood. Is that what you were going to tell me?
That's good, Chris. That's good.
Couldn't pass that one up, Mike. You should have put it on the tee for me. Saw an opening out left field, thought I'd drive it out of the ballpark. But anyway, this is a good time for a timeout. You get your timeout, you're able to burn it, and the Savages saying, hey, you know what? Time is grinding down. There's 2:36 left on the clock. We're driving offensively, and let's see perhaps if we can catch a second wind here. And, you know, as we take a look at both teams, the man who has taken off his helmet, now bending over to pick it back up and put it back on in purple, is Marcus Berlin. And no matter how this game ends up, to me, Marcus Berlin has been the best player on the surface from the standpoint that the odds were long, Mike, and yet he has made them relatively short.
I have to agree, Chris. I have to agree with that. Yeah.
You know. Now, I think the referee is going over. There's a little bit of conversation, and I think the conversation is, did that last shot go in or did it not go in? And now they're coming over.
Looks like it didn't go in, Chris. They're not scoring it.
They're not scoring it. The players are pointing at the clock. It's showing 3-1 on the clock, but apparently they're going to rule that that puck did not go in the net. So again, down by 2. I take back all the sluicing compliments that I gave to you now as we approach stop time. So out they come very deliberately. And you can tell they're just going to grind the clock down right now. They're going to do this all day long if South Coast allows them to. As we approach 2 minutes to go, hey, look, check it out. You are back to Sluicer status, my friend. They finally put the goal up. I knew it went in. I just couldn't understand why there was all the discussion.
I mean, Chris, for the Savage to play not as bad, but poorly in this tournament, and to be within one goal of going to the championship game with a minute and a half left, that says something.
And need I remind you, knocking out the top seed potentially.
There you go.
You know, but look they're playing it wise now. They're going to say, "Come and get it, boys. Come and get it." Quite honestly, I didn't know why they weren't doing this when it was 3-1. We mentioned it before. But now, I mean, you got to get the puck, and if you poach too much, this is going to happen. You get caught with a man trapped back to the inside, looking for an option. Now again, they're going to make them work for the puck. So evidently, it appears as though, barring a breakaway, San Diego's going to be happy with a 1-goal victory. Chad Lewis comes back to try to take the puck away. One last gasp here for South Coast. Net is empty. Extra attacker on. 5 attackers on. Yeah, here we go. Inside a minute to go. They got the extra attacker on. I like the way sticks are down for San Diego, though. They got sticks in the passing lane as that one made its way through, and a grade A opportunity is denied. Top opportunity again, chopped in on goal, and Cummings was able to get a pan on it and hold on. Stop time, though, now. 43.1 to go. Now, bear in mind, they've already burned the timeout.
That was two good shots on goal right there, Chris.
Well, the first one was a grade A opportunity, no doubt. So back to the draws control. That face-off, oh so important. Long wrist shot, blocked down, open net ahead, looking, waiting, shooting, and he caught the pipe. Charles Baldwin could have put it away right there. He caught nothing but pipe. Or as they say in the bigs, a metallurgic save. Wide side feed. Broken up at the defense. Let's take another open shot at it. Wide open man. Oh, he's going to get another chance. Give and go and just tap it home, and that'll do it. But I got to tell you, kudos to South Coast. They played one heck of a game.
That was an exciting game, Chris.
And you see some of the San Diego hosers, they're saying, hey, come on, aren't you going to run the clock out now? We're up 4-2, but 16.5 is on the clock. And I got to tell you, I'm all about champions' dues, what you have earned. And in my particular opinion, South Coast deserves to play the final 16 and a half seconds. Long rising shot, blocked by the chest of Cummings. Fat rebound, side of the net, turned aside by Cummings. I'll tell you, there's just no quit in either one of these goaltenders. Although Verlin will close out this game on the bench, as you would imagine, and that'll do it, Mike.
Final 4-2, Chris.
That's right. Final is 4-2. San Diego takes care of South Coast, and that means, Mike, that one half of our championship game is set.
Right, we got the second one coming up, number 2 versus number 3.
And number 2 versus number 3 would have the Cowboys taking on Palma. So one of the great traditions in hockey taking place right now out at center court, the handshakes. It was a battle all the way through. gentlemen to the end. They even come over and fist pump the referees. How about that? Gotta love that kind of sportsmanship as we get set for the next round, the semifinal, the second semifinal of this tournament as we move on to the final round of this MLRH tournament. For Mike the Fireman, I'm Chris Matchin. Your final score once again, Hosers 4, Savage 2. We'll be back with the next semifinal action right after this. All right, we welcome you back to the action here in Irvine. Second semifinal showdown, Palma Cyclones in black, the OC Cowboys in their basic white uniforms with silver and red piping as Palma plays to the near side. If you're wondering how Palma got here, they lost their first game to the Hosers 3-1, but then came back big against the Savage 8-4. Palma won again against the Vikings 5-1. Palma won again against these same Cowboys 6-4. So perhaps a little bad blood will spill over into this game because the last time the team in black prevailed.
Maybe, Chris. These are two quality teams. I've watched number 94, especially for the Cowboys out there. Travis Noe, he's a gifted player.
Former member,
he's played.
Right? Former member of the U.S. national team, Travis Noe, along with fellow teammate Robbie Alexander. Aggressive forecheck along the far boards. And as you could tell, things are getting a little bit chippier. There's a lot more at stake around this time in the game.
I think coming into the tournament, Chris, I think Palma was considered to be the favorite, but yeah, we'll see what happens here.
Jeff Brown back on defense. He's paired with Brian Morris. Morris has the puck along the near wall. He'll try to play it out. Now plays it back to Brown. Nevin Awatsern, he's been a regular in our MLRH tournaments. He's in goal for Palma. And Robbie Van Otterloo is the goaltender to our left.
You gotta like that name, Chris. Sounds like a goalie.
Van Otterloo?
Yeah, to me it sounds like a goalie.
Boy, I'll tell you, for us announcers, it's a long name to get through every time he makes the save. Thus far, he has yet to have to make one. Just about 2 minutes gone here in the opening half. Pass down low, poked aside of the defense, played to the back wall. Controlling, high slot, quick shot, sent wide. Comes to rest in the corner, played into traffic. Nobody can find the handle. Finally, the goaltender, Awatsern, does, and he will hold on and make the save. So again, half of the docket is set for the championship game. It will be the San Diego Hosers. Face off to the left of Awatsern. Controlled and played back inside the OC Cowboys zone. Now, I got to tell you something about the OC Cowboys. The last time you and I worked together, I mean, these guys had a rough tournament.
You're right, Chris. They were one of the youngest teams out here. Very fast, but one of the youngest teams. They've secured a couple guys who are helping them out right now, though.
Max Ryan is wide open on the far side. Here is the guy that Mike was talking about. This is Travis Noe. And you could tell,
He's
head up.
26-year-old defenseman from Thousand Oaks. I mean, he's just a great player. I'm not sure if he played ice before, but looks like he's got some experience somewhere.
Thousand Oaks outside of Los Angeles. We are all the way down south here in a little bit more between Los Angeles and San Diego in Irvine, California. As one guy blows out a tire in the neutral zone, he hops back up on his skates, and again, Cowboys showing a little bit of poise here in this game.
Palma took the Cowboys 6-4 just in about an hour ago to reach the semifinals. Both teams are in the semifinals now, but Palma actually took that game. It was a close fought game all the way through.
Back the other way they come. Controlling is Max Ryan. Little toe pass into the high slot. Casey Wedge with it. Wedge is a native of San Clemente, California, which is just down the 5 freeway from here. Controlling again, no. Head up, long shot, steered aside by Awatsern, but no, very aggressively on the forecheck, forces an errant pass, and out of the net to try and come and get it is Van Otterloo. But back the other way they come, counter-punching. Cowboys with a little bit of steam going back the other way. Cutting back to the inside. Toe pass to the corner, Casey Wedge. Wedge is wedged up along the far boards. Now he'll play it in behind the net. Wedge avoids a bump, plays it to an open wing. Paul Linder along the near boards will play it back into the high slot. Little toe drag move. Oh, and no, dragged his man down. Is there an arm up anywhere? No. And you could tell that Palma can't believe it. As Trevor Riffey was taken down in the neutral zone, no, everybody thought was going to get at least a hooking penalty. Toe drag move to the inside. Robbie Alexander with a shot played into the corner by Watson. So I got to ask your thoughts thus far in this game. Are you as impressed with the Cowboys as I am right now?
Yeah, they seem to be both trying to fill each other out, even though they played before. So I think they realize that they're both good teams, and they don't want to take any unnecessary risk.
That pass was pretty well telegraphed, and an easy shot by Travis Noe is cupped against the body of the goaltender. And I don't know if you've noticed this far, I don't think Travis Noe has left the surface, and we are going on 6 minutes into this opening half.
Correct.
In the high slot, Travis Noe with it. Plays the game of catch with Robbie Alexander. Those guys have played plenty of roller hockey together. Noe cuts aside. Looks for the man in the high slot. Quick shot of Watson, the save. Loose puck rattles. Side of the net, they score. Bang, bang. Paul Linder on the doorstep was able to tuck it high just under the crossbar. And just like that, the Cowboys have drawn first blood. A promising start for the OC Cowboys. At least on that play, Mike, it appeared as though that Palma might have been a little bit flat-footed in their own zone. Back the other way.
Coming back now.
Back the other way. Caught the base of the net. Swatted aside by the goaltender, Van Otterloo. Play to the near side. 2-on-2 even man breakout. 21-23. So you got Robbie Alexander with Eric Swanstrom as they try to crisscross into the zone, but nothing really developed offensively.
Yeah, Brian Morris, number 3 for Palma. He's a pretty fast skater, so we're looking for something for him here in a little bit.
Morris from Venice, California. Nice little move to the inside, and again, Watson made the first save. Where's the loose puck? Side of the net. He wants a whistle. Will he get it? Referee still sees it. It's still alive as they try to jam it home. Eric Swanstrom on the doorstep tried to get a handle on it, could not. And Watson did a great job of recovering that loose puck and hanging on. Face off to his right. Under 8 minutes to go here in the opening half. Cowboys in white, in control, 1-0. Side of the net, tried to tip it in from close range, and Watson was able to get across his crease quickly. You know, that's one of the things, Mike, that really impresses me about these goaltenders. I don't know if you've ever played the game of hockey, but especially in goal, to make that move from, in this case, left post to right post in the blink of an eye.
Correct.
Not an easy thing to do on ice. Even more difficult, I might add, here in roller.
Yeah, rollerblades don't go side to side.
No, they don't. Not at all. And the knee and the ankle isn't designed to go sideways. That pass deflected at the defense. Cutting over to get it is Danny Joyner. In the high slot, faking the slap shot. Now picking it up is Jeff Brown. Brown to the inside, try to go upstairs. Oh my, can I say, put that one on the highlight reel. By the way, I don't know if you recall, I know you're a hockey aficionado. You remember there was once a defenseman in the National Hockey League by the name of Jeff Brown. St. Louis Blues.
I was going to say, thought you were going to say he's a Blackhawks. That's the only hockey you know.
Come on, that was Keith Brown. You know. So back the other way they come. Oh, nice defensive move to lay out and able to poke chuck that puck back into the corner. Under 6.5 minutes to go in the opening half.
I don't know if you noticed, Chris, but on the Palmas have 3 Ollingers playing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, number 4, number 14, and number 19.
Well, I'm going to give you a B+ on the penmanship on the roster cards here today. Not quite Bill Rowie caliber, but I'm going to give you a B+. Backhand shot and a save, because it was interesting. I saw Blake Ollinger, number 4, on my sheet. I saw number 14, Brandon Ollinger, but I didn't know if that was a Unger. I thought this might be a Brett Unger, but no, I see now it is an O, an L, an I, an N, a G, and an R for Brett. So Anyway.
19, 20, and 24. That's their ages.
And I never got around to thanking you for getting the numerical rosters. That is much appreciated. Down low, give and go pass, broken up with the defense again. Hope you're enjoying the call of the action. Chris Matson alongside my partner, Mike the Fireman, here on RollerHockeyTV.net. As a pass down low gets broken up with the defense.
Cowboys still lead 1-0, 5:20 left.
And I got to tell you, the Cowboys have really been taking the play to Palma. In fact, if this were ice, only one half of the rink would really have to be resurfaced right now. One-time shot, and the goaltender got a piece of that. Am I kidding or am I not?
You're not kidding, Chris.
I'm telling you, the Zamboni could take half the day off.
I've seen Palma all day, though. I think they'll come back.
Back the other way they come. Moving to the inside, Trevor Riffey denied access. Now back in behind, Riffey again with it. He's looking for help in the high slot. He's got a man wide open up the line, and that is Blake Ollinger. But Ollinger's going to have to back off. 3-on-3, back the other way comes No. Back in down low, trying to tuck it in on the short side, and a Watson showing a veteran move there. He did not buy the fake to the outside, stuck with the post, was able to cut off that shot, able to make the toe save. 4.5 minutes to go in the opening period. Along the backboards, Riffey looks for a man out front. Oh boy, 2-on-1 if they hurry. 3-on-1 now. Back the other way, waiting, looking, waiting, shooting, and a right pad save by a Watson. Man, oh man. Golden opportunity for the Cowboys denied.
Watson needs some help back there. He needs to get the puck out of his end.
Well, you know, you and I talked about in our previous game how a goaltender can really make a difference. Right now, a Watson is making a difference. He is keeping his hockey club in this game, in this tourney. Because remember, the winner of this game moves on to the championship game. Out of the corner. Opportunity to counterpunch. 2-on-2, back the other way. Riffey to the inside. Why didn't he take the shot from the top of the circle when he had it? Right now, you're down a man. You're not getting a lot of rubber on net. And yet again, he looks for the man on the wide side who's already covered in the lane by the defenseman. But of course, we have the luxury of sitting here and making these decisions for him, right? You know, we don't have the skates on. We don't have the stick in our hand. We don't have the puck on the toe of our stick. Slap shot. Nice little blocker save there by Van Otterloo along the backboards. I was just thinking, can you imagine putting the name Van Otterloo on the back of a jersey? I think it'd start on the left sleeve and end up down the right sleeve. Back the other way, Casey Wedge. He's got a man in the high slot. The wide open man is Robbie Alexander, and Alexander is a world-class roller hockey player. He controls. In behind the net, Alexander with it again. Still looking, waiting, drops it off. They've got a man down low poaching. There's the pass. Big save again by a Watson, and he's going to take a whistle. And I got to tell you, the next 2.5 minutes can't go by fast enough for goaltender Nevin Watson, because this guy's going to need a bit of a breather.
He needs a little drink of Gatorade. Van Otterloo's been back there. He's probably drank two Gatorades already. he's not even had to do anything yet.
I think he can sit back and read a book if he wants. I can't remember the last time they had a quality shot on goal. Oh, look at No. He's done that a couple of times. He fakes as though he's just going to slow down the pace, and then boom, 2 quick strides, and he's gone. No again, looking, shooting, over top of the net.
No's arguably one of the top 5 to 10 players in all roller hockey in the world. I mean, that's the take on him from around the rinks here.
Well, you know, it's that great story. You know, when you see the great turnarounds of all the teams, you know, all it takes sometimes is that one player is a Watson waves at that shot off the draw and misses. It went in behind him, a fluttering knuckleball of a shot off the draw, and just like that, make it 2-0 Cowboys. Boy, you think of all of the wicked shots that this guy has turned aside,
let's that one go.
And a Wilbur Wood knuckleball beats him. I wonder how many of our fans out there say Wilbur Wood. Who, you know, I better up the ante here. Who's the Red Sox hurler that was the knuckleballer all those years? You're Mr. Baseball. Oh, I'm going to think of him in a minute. You may want to pull out your phone here and look that up. Tim Wakefield. In the inside backhand shot, the save, and played to the back wall. Wilbur Wood, for those of you who aren't familiar, one of the great knuckleballers of all time, one of the few pitchers who pitched 2 games in a doubleheader on the same day.
Well, they wouldn't allow that today, Chris.
No. I know. Pitch counts? Yeah, what was the pitch count back then? You know? 45 seconds to go in the opening half. Cowboys up by 2. No with it again. In traffic and out of traffic, Robbie Alexander. Alexander doing a great job of shielding that puck with the body. You see how frustrating it is for a guy like Jeff Brown. He wants that puck desperately. He cannot get his stick anywhere close to it.
There's nothing he can do about it.
25 seconds to go. Here comes Travis Noe. Near side. Looking down low. One-time shot rattled the side of the net. As time grinds down on this opening half, it has been a relatively quiet offensive first half for this team in black, the Parma Cyclones. Good defensive play by Noe. Time is going to run out on him though, as we get the sound of the horn in the end of the first half.
2-0 at the half, Chris. The start of the next half is going to be crucial. Start of the next 15 minutes will be crucial. If they go down 3-0, I don't know if they can make it back.
And we welcome you once again to RollerHockeyTV.net, your home for live streaming of Major League Roller Hockey. We also want to remind you to visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/MLRH Pro. That's MLRHPRO on Facebook. And of course, you can always keep track of what's happening around the globe with Major League Roller Hockey at MLRH.com. And it is my understanding, my good man, that the next Major League Roller Hockey event will be taking place shortly out of all places, Canary Island.
Yeah, in a place called Tenerife, Chris. A lot of people don't know where Tenerife is, but it's off the west coast of Africa. Mm-hmm. A nice little island. Hopefully I can make it there. Maybe you can too.
Well, if you're extending the invitation, I'll clear my schedule right now as we get set for the draw here in the second half. You know, and you know, it was interesting. I had a chance to talk with the owner of Major League Roller Hockey, Bill Rowery, before the telecast tonight, and he was saying there are 2 rinks on Canary Island. I mean, you think Canary Island. I mean, who's going to play roller hockey in Canary Island? They got
how much space you have on the island.
Right, exactly. Backhand shot hit the pipe. Noe again shoots and scores. Travis Noe strapping this Cowboy team on his back here in the semifinal game. He has factored into all 3 goals in this game.
Like I said, Chris, 3-0 is going to be a tough deficit to come back.
A horribly difficult order ahead for the Parma Cyclones. Now, you know, I've talked a little bit about how Parma got here. Let's talk about the Cowboys. They lost their first game to the only unbeaten team in the tournament, the Hosers, 5-3. And then the Cowboys came back, 6-1 win over the Vikings, 8-3 win over the Savage, 6-4 win, or should I say loss, to these same Cowboys.
Correct. I see some of the Hosers in the stands, Chris. They're watching this game, trying to get some pointers for the next opponent.
Well, point number 1 is contain number 94 in white. 94 in white.
Maybe do a basketball box in 1.
Here's the best way to contain 94 in white. Let him climb over the boards and let him take a seat. That's how you contain 94 in white, right? You know? My goodness. Let's see. The way I got it figured, I think he took all of 2 minutes off in that first half. You think he's due for a bit of a breather for crying out loud?
He might have took off 2 minutes off the whole day.
Yeah, exactly. Boy, if you or I had played 13 minutes out of 15 minutes in the opening half, you know they'd be visiting us right now at Chalk Hospital, you know, down the road at St. Joe's or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Or maybe the pub. You never know.
No, there you go. Don't give away trade secrets, my friend. You know, far side. Back they come. Blake Olinger looking, shooting high and wide as Phil Nielsen tealed that one up at the top of the circle. So you're saying that frosty beverages are a key part of your recovery. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'd say mine and probably most Major League Roller Hockey
Back the other way they come. Brett Olinger gives it up in the neutral zone. 2-on-2 rush back the other way. Weaving through traffic. Nice little poke check at the defense. Good support by the Parma Cyclones. 3-on-2 back the other way they come. Waiting, looking, Jeff Brown shooting, and they score. Jeff Brown spotted the open man at the base of the near circle. A nice little one-time shot past a stunned goaltender and Robbie Van Otterloo, and just like that, we may have a hockey game on our hands once again.
12 minutes.
3-1.
12 minutes, still got plenty of time.
Mm-hmm. And just like that, they put the puck back in play. in the neutral zone. And look who's back on the surface. Travis No. Near side. No is poaching. Here he comes back the other way. He's got a terrific goal already in this one. Drops it off, quick wrist shot, good recovery at the defense to block that aside. They're able to break the press, bring the puck up ice, quick wrist shot, and I don't know if Van Otterloo actually knows where that puck is, but it's in between the pads, that pinch pad save, as they like to say, and we get a stoppage in play. 11:20 to go, Mike, here in the second half. 3-1 Cowboys in white on top. And you know,
Van Otterloo's getting a little bit of work now, Chris.
And you want to know what? That is exactly, I think, what Parma is going to have to relegate themselves to. They're going to have to start taking chances. When you start taking chances, you leave yourself susceptible defensively.
You're down 2 goals, so you got to do it like you said. You got to take a chance.
Cool under pressure. Robbie Alexander plays the puck into the neutral zone. Here's Travis No again. Head up, waiting, looking, passing, waiting, shooting. Toe save again. Watson was able to get a skate on that. 1-on-3, surrounded in white sweaters. Trying to get off the shot was Trevor Riffey. Never materializes. Notice how No uses the body, again, to shield the man from the puck. Doesn't hurt when you have that size and reach to your advantage either. In the high slot area, backhand shot looking for a poke check and a redirect down low from Eric Swanstrom just out of his reach, and back the other way they come. For those of you just tuning in, we welcome you to the $25,000 MLRH Pro Tour from Irvine, California, as that shot gets tipped high over top of the glove of goaltender Van Otterloo, and again, look at the way they're celebrating. They're celebrating very mildly. They know they've got a big name game ahead of them. They've got 9:45 to go, but they have scored 2 consecutive goals in a row.
Like you said, it's a very different Cowboy team from the one we saw last time. Like you said, it only takes a couple of people. And No's making everybody around him look better, making the passes look better.
Well, you see No along the far board, spot the open man with a no-look pass as that rising wrist shot taken by Casey Wedge gets blocked down in goal by Nevin Owatzer. Along the near wall, they'll play it out of the corner. They've got a wide open man in the high slot area as Travis No tries to shrug off a defender. No with it again, waiting, passing, here comes the shot, they score! Travis No again factoring into another Cowboy goal with 9 minutes to go here in the second half. They reestablish a 2-goal lead.
Watson got left too far out of the net on that one. He got faked out of the net, I think.
Yeah, I'd say that's a safe bet. I got a feeling that that's happened to more than just a few guys over the course of the years with Travis No. By the way, folks, if you notice in the background, it's sort of a overcast day here in Southern California, which I think is really does bode well for these athletes in keeping up their stamina. If it was a hot, humid day, or then again, if we even had the rain that is in the forecast coming here, this surface would be a lot slicker than the pristine conditions they are playing under right now. 8:15 to go here in the second half. Down by 2, Savage. Near side, controlling, Danny Joyner. Out of traffic. Backhand feed, Brett Olinger to the wide side. Quick wrist shot taken by Brandon Olinger. Played into the corner. I understand you have a bit of news you'd like to pass along here?
Yeah, we got Travis No's family behind us looking on.
Right on. Welcome. Did they too make the trip all the way down from Thousand Oaks? No. Sandcombe, oh, that's just down the road. Right on. Here we go, back the other way. Backhand feed in the high slot. Quick wrist shot, blocked down to the defense. Another opportunity, blocked to the defense again, but they tuck it in. And again, it's those bargain basement goals right around the crease area that have paid huge dividends for the Palma Cyclones. It is now just a 1-goal game with 7:15 to play in the half. Wow. Well, Palma has to be given a lot of credit They trailed entering the second half. They still trail, but they're making a goal of it. We're waiting for them to put the other goal on the scoreboard. Side of the net, a Watson. There it is. Now it's up 4-3. Back the other way. Toe drag move to the outside, but he blew out a tire. Jeff Brown down on a heap. That means a 3-on-2, make it a 4-on-2 situation. Back the other way. In the high slot, nifty move around the defender. Robbie Alexander looking to pass out front, and that got broken up. Back the other way comes Jeff Brown, one-on-one competition here as he shoots, and getting a toe on it was goaltender Van Aerlo. Comes to rest along the far boards, and here they come again. No to the near side. Yes, down low, and a shot and a goal just like that. From no to yes, just like that. How about that?
Tic-tac-toe.
So Travis No has figured in all 5 goals in this game now for the Cowboys. And so there you have it, a 2-goal lead reestablished by the Cowboys in white. Now we want to remind you, for those of you watching on our live stream here on rollerhockeytv.net, as that pass makes the connection. Nice little move to the outside, but a Watson stuck with it. We have a skills competition coming up, as that shot by No just misses the left post. And then that will be followed, of course, by the championship game. One-time shot, and they score. It went through the goaltender, Watson, as a one-timer out of the corner. Finds the 5-hole, and Eric Swanstrom, just like that, gives them what is now should now be a 3-goal cushion.
That was within about a minute and a half, Chris. It was a 1-goal game.
You know, that's the demoralizing things that can happen in the course of a hockey game. You've battled, and all of a sudden, no-look pass into the corner, and bang, bang, it's past your goaltender.
You're talking about the skills competition, Chris. There was 12 contestants earlier, and they got narrowed down to 6. They're basically doing a 3-shot breakaway. Also, the goalies are participating, so you can get the most saves.
Well, I got to tell you, there's a really nice turnout here in Irvine, California. A lot of the players from the next game are out trying to pre-scout this game. As the puck is gobbled up in the corner, and now time working against the Palma Cyclones. In the neutral zone, Trevor Riffey, 1-on-2. He's on the short end of that. Plays the puck into the high slot, takes a return feed from Blake Olinger. That got blocked down at the defense. Puck gets scooped up by Robbie Alexander. Played out to the neutral zone. Along the backboards. 3-man scrum. Referees want to keep this going, keep the clock going. 4:10 to go. Cowboys in white by 3, 6-3. Cyclones, clock working against them. Play it to the wide side. In the high slot, toe drag move to the outside, Trevor Riffey. Riffey in behind the net, controlling with one hand. He's got a wide open opportunity at the point from Danny Joyner. Joyner elects to bank off the play, and look at Riffey. He's forced all the way back in his own zone, and all that time comes grinding off the clock. Why don't you hook a U-turn and try to create something offensively? As that one gets lobbed in on goal, and an easy save for goaltender Van Aerlo. I mean, my goodness, it isn't like you're leading by 3, you're down by 3.
And you got 3:30 left, so you got to move.
Well, you can put Trevor Riffey on the Christmas list of the OC Cowboys. He just took about a minute off the clock as he takes a seat on the bench, and now they'll try to regroup once again, but the Cowboys are just going to play the puck back out to the neutral zone. I mean, what the heck? They've got all kinds of time, and the star quarterback right there to lead them back the other way. Noe to the outside shooting, and getting a piece of that was a Watson as he watches it hit the netting, and we'll get a stoppage in play. Again, we want to thank our producer today, Jared No. By the way, no relation to Travis No.
No.
But can I say equally skilled? All right?
You can.
All right. He said that if I said that, he'd give me $5 after the game.
I think he's played a little bit of roller
hockey. And then
hockey
Todd Summers, of course, on the camera here today, doing a terrific job, trying to keep up with the likes of you and I. I mean, come on. How do you keep, I mean, you know, that's like trying to keep up with Usain Bolt when you're talking to Mike the Fireman. Are you kidding me? Right?
I hear you, Chris.
So as they take a bit of a breather, let's get you caught up. It's a 6-3 game. Cowboys in white, on top. 2:56 away from going to the championship game.
Versus the Hosers. Hosers are sitting here waiting.
And I got to tell you, I think that would make for one heck of a championship game.
It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game.
Because it's evident to me that the more time that Noah and Alexander get on the surface, it's the more comfortable they get. You know what I'm saying? So, let's see. In their previous showdown,
Hosers took the Cowboys.
Hosers
5-3.
5-3. It was a good game, though. But I'll be honest with you. In my opinion, I think the Cowboys are playing better now than they were playing earlier in the day. And needless to say, the competition is markedly tougher because you've got a situation here where you got the number 2 seed playing the number 3 seed in the tournament. Yeah.
Like I said about the Hosers, though.
Counselor, did I state my case properly? Are you going to give me the verdict or no?
I don't know about that one, Chris.
All right.
Like you said, the Hosers have been busy all day, man. They just want to keep playing. They seem like they never run out of steam. So I think it's going to be a good matchup.
2:25 to go, and this is the tactic we saw in the last game. You want to get the puck, come get the puck. Then they crack the code, they bring it back the other way. No, down low. Upstairs, hit the pipe. Wow. What a pass down low as Max Ryan tried to test the goaltender up high. Inadvertent contact in the high slot. Now players try to muscle each other off the loose puck. Comes to rest, and Watson quickly is able to transition the puck along the far wall. We're down to inside 2 minutes to go, Mike.
155, they pull the goalie. Watson's on the bench.
You got to do it now. But you can't get cute with the puck. I mean, you got to come into this. You got to come into the zone with a purpose. In the high slot, spotting a man down low is Brian Morris. Morris wants it back, gets it, he shoots. He caught the side of the net. In behind, controlling. Played to the near wall. Brian Morris again spots the wide open man, shot down low, looking for a tip in. Missed wide. They got to bring that puck in on goal. The clock is grinding down, 1:20 to go. Turning aside, Brett Olinger. Olinger in the high slot. Gives it off on the far side. One-time shot turned aside by Van Otterloo. Loose puck in the corner. Played in the high slot. Brian Morris drops it off. Cutting through traffic. Shooting down low was Brian Olinger. They could not get the redirect. Inside a minute to go in this game, Mike. In the high slot. Again, opportunity. Brian Morris backpedaling, head up, looking, shooting, blocked down at the defense. Morris wants it back. He's the lone man back in a 5-on-4 situation, and the net empty. Long shot. Again, the tip and attempt out front to Jeff Brown, never connected. 35 seconds to go. Long shot at an empty net, and they score, and that is your cherry on top of the sundae. And once again, what a magnificent effort turned in by the Cowboys start to finish. They, my friends, are going to the championship game.
It'll be the OC Cowboys and the San Diego Hosers.
Well, you couldn't have scripted it much better, quite frankly. I mean, when you take a look at the 4 teams that did make it to this final, whether you're talking about, the Cyclones or the Hosers or the Cowboys or the Savage, in my estimation, I think the 2 best teams are about to clash for the title.
It's going to be a good one. Can't wait, Chris.
All right. We'll pause for a moment here on RollerHockeyTV.net. Once again, the traditional shaking of the hands, the high fives all around. Cowboys are moving on. They'll face the Hosers. Mike the Fireman and I will be back to call the action in moments. You're watching RollerHockeyTV.net. And we welcome you back inside the rinks here in Irvine. This is Bailey Simpson, who played for the Vikings, a team that was eliminated from this tournament as far as the postseason aspect of it all. And this is an interesting setup as Morris Pama will now get 3 shots. Let's set it up for him, Fireman. 3 shots. And how does it work? You score all 3, you get the 4th?
Right. They get a breakaway with three pucks, and it's a constant one after another. So 3 pucks breakaway, and if they score all 3, they get an extra puck for an extra shot. If not, then they just get to score a goal. And the goalies are also participating and go win cash money for each of these events. $100 for a goalie, $100 for the shooter.
As that one is tucked in under the crossbar, Zach Cummings was the goaltender there in his Hosers orange jersey. Of course, he's got much bigger things to think about moments from now. His Hosers will be playing in the championship game against the Cowboys. Next up, we're supposed to have Travis Noe out there to shoot as they set up the 3 pucks. It'll be interesting to see who draws him as far as being a goaltender is concerned. And it appears as though the goaltender for the Cowboys, Robbie Van Otterloo, will step in. And they're going to mix up the lineup here a little bit on us. And it appears though a member of the Palma Cyclones is going to try to tuck in on the short side there. And this would be Danny Joyner. Joyner again. That's a nifty move. Giving you the look like he's going to try to backhand it past you. Van Otterloo bought it. Now let's see if he could score one more here. And one says it's in, one says it isn't, and it's in. So he scored 2 out of 3. But you were telling me earlier that No basically schooled the goaltender the last time out?
He's the only guy who got the extra puck in the preliminary rounds. So we'll see what happens here. There goes No.
And he's shooting against his own goaltender. How bad is that? I mean, the last thing you want to do is to get into the head of your own goaltender,
especially
right?
when they're both competing against each other right now.
Oh, that one he shot wide, so he will not get that 4th puck opportunity here. And here comes Travis again. And his backhand shot apparently went under the crossbar and in, so he scores 2 out of 3 himself. So I see you're going to put that wonderful penmanship again to work for me here. Kevin Tanaka. You and I were talking, during the break about some of these uniforms. Perhaps the South Coast Savages uniforms uniquely have their uniform numbers down in the lower right-hand corner. We talked to Charles Baldwin along with his pop, Steve, a little while ago. Here comes Charles. I was digging him a little bit about missing that empty netter. And then what does he do? He tells me he doesn't want empty netter. Go, yeah, right, sure, okay. Like he didn't want that one. It was denied by the goaltender. Back the other way they come. Baldwin, 0 for 2.
I think in NHL, he still score that you still get a goal, don't you? Even if it's an empty netter.
Right. Watson is in goal. Baldwin, backhand shot. He takes the collar, so he goes 0 for 3 on that one. And now they will try to go over the numbers and see who's next. I would think it would be Kevin Tanaka. So Tanaka will face Nevin Awatsern. And he missed everything. Comes back the other way. You're watching the skills competition here in Major League Roller Hockey. Tanaka tried to go 5-hole, paddle down, save made. He'll have to settle for 1 out of 3 if he can get one here. Or does he too take the collar? Rolled off the toe of his stick, so 0 for 3 for that young man as well.
Like I said, Chris, they started out with 12 competitors in a scorer position. They started out with the 5 goalies. So we've taken the scorers down to 6 and the goalies down to 3 right now.
So, I'll tell you one thing, Nevin Awatsern turned in one heck of a back-to-back performance. He did not allow a goal. Stepping back in is goaltender Zach Cummings of the Hosers. And it looks like they're going to go through with the first man, and that was Bailey Simpson of the Vikings. He now has 2 pucks to deal with. And he's denied on the first one. You can see him shaking his head. He's a little bit disappointed with himself. The pure goal scorer waits for that 5-hole to open up. Oh, he tried a little nifty move.
Tried a little fancy spin move, didn't work.
That's right. And so he goes 0 for 2 second time around. Who's up next? Oh, it looks like it's going to be Brian Morris. So the Cyclones defenseman, he'll get a couple of pucks to start off with. As he drives in on goaltender Zach Cummings. Cummings very aggressive. Oh, that one made it in. He scored.
Brian Morris is from Venice, and you wouldn't know it, but he's 35 years old. He doesn't skate like he's 35.
Now they're stopping Morris in mid-stride. Apparently, was there some silly math going on over there? They didn't get it right or what?
Oh, I think they're trying to figure it out right now, Chris. I don't know what's going on.
Unless it was a bit of a tiebreaker between Bailey Simpson and Brian Morris. Whoever scored a goal Maybe perhaps they were tied, and that proves to be a bit of a difference for them. So the conversation continues. I got to tell you, this is you got two goaltenders. Zach Cummings for the Hosers, Robbie Van Otterloo for the Cowboys. They're both going to be playing in the championship game. I mean, I'll be honest with you. And this poor guy, you know, Robbie Van Otterloo, he draws his teammate, arguably the best player in the tournament, twice.
He stops
him. You know? Let's try it again. Here comes No. And he hits the pipe. 0 for 2. You don't get a goal for hitting the pipe.
Maybe No didn't want to draw Van Waterloo. maybe wish you drew another goalie.
So it looks like they're going to send out another player from the Palma Cyclones, Danny Joyner. Let's see if Danny Joyner can take the upper hand in this competition now. Ooh, he hit the crossbar. Comes right back for another. Here he comes. Little poke check denies. Yeah. I got to tell you, some of these goaltenders, a guy like Robbie Van Otterloo, these guys got some size. They got some reach to their game. So, wait a minute. They're going to have Van Otterloo and Travis No go again. Missed everything. Now Joyner in a bit of a tiebreaker here. Oh, that was a nifty move. And he scores. So that breaks that tiebreaker between Joyner and Travis No. So we know that he's moving on. And now the question is, who's next for the goaltenders? And it looks like the first man out is going to be Brian Morris. As you pointed out, the 35-year-old from Venice. Threw that one right into the pads. One down, one to go. Here comes Morris again. Poke checked aside. So he comes up empty. But he's going to get a shot at one more, I do believe. Yes, he is. And he lost control of the puck.
Zach Cummings stopped all three.
So Cummings with 3 saves, Brian Morris with 3 misses, and here comes Danny Joyner again. So Joyner's team may be out of the championship game, but he's in the thick of things here in the skills competition. Tried to go 5-hole, getting the right pad on it was coming. He's got to get one here. Joyner again. Nice recovery by the goaltender. You know, one thing about the skills competition, Mike, that I think it really drives home is that these guys are incredibly talented. As again, a terrific leg save by the goaltender Cummings, and
Cummings shut out 2 guys.
Yeah, he shut out both guys. And now they got to play a one-off. How about this? Oh, he whiffed on it. Didn't get all of it.
7 in a row stops for Cummings.
Yep.
8 in a row.
8 in a row.
Morris tried to sneak that in on the right-hand side, but Cummings was too smart for that.
I can tell you this. There's no pressure for Joyner right now. If he can pull out any move he wants right now. Try to go 5-hole, stick down, and a save. How many is that in a row, my friend?
I think we're up to 9 now, Chris.
Here we go. Make it 10. Oh my!
Cummings plays like this in a championship game, Cowboys are in trouble.
You know who's the happiest guy in the building right now? Brian Morris. Because he thought, hey, how can I win without scoring a goal? He's going to get another crack at it. Try to go top shelf. He gets blocked down. It's a one-off now. Joyner. Oh, it went in!
Sneaks it
It
in.
went in. Oh, what a finish. Kudos to Zach Cummings, the goaltender. Equally kudos to Danny Joyner. And congratulations. High fives all around. That was a terrific skills competition.
That was awesome.
So there you have it from the rinks in Irvine. The skills competition is over. High fives from the shooters and to the goaltenders. Mike and I will be back with the championship game right after this, all along rollerhockeytv.net. Stay with us. And I am ready to go. Hello, everybody. Chris Madsen alongside Mike the Fireman. This is the moment we've been waiting for, the championship showdown between the San Diego Hosers in orange and your OC Cowboys in their basic white uniforms. The men to look out for, number 94, Whitey's got the puck right now. That's Travis Noe. We talked about him during our pregame show, and number 94 has been 100% hockey player in this tournament.
Robbie Alexander for 21's not been bad either, Chris. Both for the OC Cowboys, but
Quick shot.
As we just saw from Cummings, though, ultimate goal stopper. So we'll
I was
see what
about
happens.
to say, keep an eye on Zach Cummings. He's going to play a huge role in this game as a toe drag move is sent wide by Steph Demopoulos. He follows up his own shot. He's got a wide open man back inside his own zone. He'll take advantage of it. Very mild forecheck being applied right now by Eric Swanstrom of the Cowboys as we are just about a minute into this game. And nobody has of yet recorded an official shot on goal. Out of his own zone, Charles Baldwin plays up the near side. Baldwin tries to reach for a loose puck. Cowboys no along the near wall. Give it up in the corner. San Diego in their orange jerseys. Backhand shot sent wide and behind the net. Baldwin's on the doorstep. There's the pass broken up in the defense and counter-punching back the other way, 2-on-1 if they can hurry. Travis Noe looking for the return pass. Tried to swat it out of midair and he got a piece of it.
Fast pace here to start with 13, a little over 13 left on the clock.
Again, you and I have talked many times during the course of these telecasts about the conditioning of these athletes. And I got to tell you, to play this much hockey in this shorter period of time and still have those kinds of wheels going, my goodness, you got to be in some kind of shape. Little spin-a-marama move in the neutral zone. Back the other way comes Demopoulos. Demopoulos with a man draped all over him, tried on the backhand, but he was denied by the paddle of the goaltender, Robbie Van Otterloo. Counter-punching back the other way, punch it down low, tipped in on goal, saved by Cummings. Loose puck rolls into the corner. On the near wall. Picked up. Baldwin, they're going to rule it offside at the line, and arms raised all over for San Diego.
That was a close call.
Wow. Did you see the burst of speed that Baldwin put on? I mean, he was a blur going past us here.
He was one-on-one with the goalie. That's why I think he was a little bit upset.
Wow. Incredible. So they're going to bring the puck all the way down to the left of goaltender Zach Cummings. Hosers, coached by Steve Baldwin. And again, as we pointed out, he's got two kids on this team. Charles Baldwin sporting the number 14, David Baldwin the number 19. And we are going to have a penalty assessed here, and that means power play opportunity coming up. 4-on-3 situation, sticks down, waiting, looking, passing to the high slot. No, will drag it down. So that explains the stoppage in play. We had that breakaway attempt for Baldwin. We thought perhaps it could have been an offside, but I understand we have a penalty coming up.
Yeah, Billy Metcalf's in the box right now with 1:18 left to go on the penalty.
So Metcalf drew that penalty, and that negated the offensive opportunity for Baldwin. Spinorama move in the high slot. Pass down low, back in the high slot. Taken, sent wide. Opportunity again. Robbie Alexander is the man wide open down low. No finds the open man. Alexander back to No, back to Alexander. They'll play a game of catch. 50 seconds left on this power play opportunity in a scoreless championship game. Centering feed out front.
Hosers have been very effective on a penalty kill throughout this tournament, so they're doing well now with 40 seconds left remaining.
And you know what they say about great penalty killing? Your most important penalty killer is the goaltender, and they've got arguably the best goaltender in the tourney, as that shot by Noah is battled down by Cummings. Boy, I'll tell you, Travis Noah got all of that shot, and Cummings stuck right with it. 20 seconds left on the man advantage. This is a very taxing exercise physically for the defense. Noah again, moves up, he winds, he shoots, he hammers it wide. Opportunity again, Travis Noah in the high slot, waiting, shooting, he scores! Travis Noah goes to the white side, and I don't know if goaltender Cummings ever saw it.
I think it was just a matter of time, Chris, a matter of time.
Well, you know, big games, big players got to step up. And there's no bigger player in this game right now than Travis Noah. In fact, he's going to step right in, and he's going to take the face-off. So a power play goal by Travis Noah gives the Cowboys in white a 1-0 lead. Noah with a man in pursuit. David Baldwin is the man on the forecheck for the Hosers. And let's not forget to remind our viewing audience that the Hosers ran the table in this tournament to get here. So this would be a monumental upset if the Cowboys can pull it off. Side of the net, paddle down. Cummings made the save. 6 minutes gone in this opening half. Down by a goal, Demopoulos with it. Nice move to the inside. Oh, he lost control of the puck. Quick shot. And Van Otterloo just got the left pad on it. Hosers with a 3-1 win over Parma. Hosers a 5-3 win over these Cowboys. Hosers with a 8-2 win over the Vikings. That's how they got here. Not to mention the fact that they, the number 1 seed, knocked out the number 4 seed. Very deliberate breakout. Through the neutral zone they roll. Travis Noah in the high slot. He's got all kinds of room. Nobody's closing the gap as he hammers that shot off a body up into the netting. We'll get a stoppage on the court, but the time continues to grind down on this opening half.
If you recall, I think the last tournament we had out here in Irvine, Chris, weren't the Hosers in the championship game of that one too?
Against the Lobsters, weren't they?
Yeah.
That is correct. And I believe it was the Lobsters who came away champions of that tournament, if I recall correctly. And in my book, the best uniforms in the tournament. Like a lobster.
I do like the lobster uniform.
Alongside my partner, Mike the Fireman, this is Chris Madsen calling the action from the rinks in Irvine, California. Here on RollerHockeyTV.net, we remind you can stay in tune with Major League Roller Hockey 24/7 on MLRH.com. Got a fabulous tourney coming up in, of all places, the Canary Islands in a couple of weeks. Flip pass in on goal, made its way through traffic, and Cummings saw that all the way. You know what I'm amazed about these goaltenders is it's been an odd day here in Southern California. It's dark, it's overcast, and earlier in the day, the lighting didn't really take hold like it's taken hold now. The rink appeared almost dark to me at times. How about you?
Right, same, Chris. It looks like bright blue now.
Exactly. The lights have really taken over now. It's really making a difference on the surface. But earlier in the day, I don't know how these guys were tracking the puck. Oh, my goodness. Did you see that move inside out by Robbie Alexander? Completely shed the defender. Well, hockey, a game of possession. And right now, time of possession heavily in favor of the Cowboys because of this guy with it, Travis Noah. He's just so good of shielding that puck with his body. Finds the open man. Toe drag move to the inside, and that was Colin Palmer, who could not control it, rolled off the toe of his stick. Noah along the far wall battles with Baldwin, steps aside from him. Opportunity, waiting, looking, shooting. Cummings was able to get the paddle down. Quick outlet pass, misses the connection, and gliding back to get it goes the Hosers. And in behind his own net, Reed Kinsey will outlet. Wide side feed. You were saying, Mike?
Cowboys goalie Van Otterloo looks like he's getting tired back there, not waiting for some action. And
he's
here it comes. Here it comes.
Played into the corner. Trying to pick up that loose puck was Billy Metcalf. Metcalf finds the open man, and Baldwin whistles a wrist shot high and wide. Billy Metcalf again in the high slot. Oh, he's got room. He winds. He shoots up top. And waving at it was goaltender Robbie Van Otterloo. Loose puck again. Skate to stick control. Good move at the defense to kick it aside and back the other way, counter-punching. Robbie Alexander looks back. His pass was out of the reach of Max Ryan. And Ryan finds a wide-open Travis No. Back the other way with time. To the inside, no bump. Still controlling, looking, shooting. Tried to go against the grain. And Cummings was able to battle that off. Well, I got to give the goaltenders a lot of credit thus far. When they have been tested, they have been able to answer, except for once, and that was on a power play goal by the Cowboys in white. Back the other way, counter-punching. They shoot, they score. Did you see that? A look off to one side by Ryan Tackix, and then he shoots against the grain, catching the goaltender, Robbie Van Otterloo, completely off guard, and we have ourselves a tied hockey game.
1-1, 4:40 left.
Sweet goal, end to end. I got to tell you, Travis No right now, he looks like he's really lumbering. I'm surprised they're not trying to give him a bit of a breather here. But, of course, they are involved in a tied hockey game now. But you can see by some of the body language that, you know, the time on ice today, or time on court today, I guess we should say, is taking its toll on some of these players. Again, this is just part of the fabulous 10-event, $25,000 MLRH Pro Tour. And you can follow all of the action where it has been, where it will be at MLRH.com.
You can also see the world rankings on MLRH.com now. If you care to go check it out, you can look at them. They're all around the world.
In the high slot, No loses control. Players try to strain to catch up as they get the shot off, and Van Otterloo was able to get the right leg on it. Out of the corner. Backhand feed by No. He'll take the return pass. Side of his own net. Punches it ahead. Man on the wing, cut off for the defense. Nice play by Morgan Caps to step up. They try to counterpunch, but they fail to control the outlet pass.
The Hosers are ranked 4th in the world right now, but with the Lobsters being first, OC Cowboys.
Oh, backhand shot, they score.
Oh, nice, Chris, nice.
Just a beautiful, beautiful play offensively as they were able to get that puck in down low, and on the doorstep was Max Ryan. And Ryan noticed an opening in the 5-hole, was able to tuck it in on the backhand, and the Cowboys regain a 1-goal lead. Cowboys in this tournament lost to the Hosers 5-3, beat the Vikings 6-1, absolutely annihilated the Savage 8-3, and then won a 2-3 seed competition to get here to the championship. In the high slot, ragging the puck and controlling. Back in his own zone, Casey Wedge. Wedge feigns as though he's going to drop it off. They bought it, and he just hooks a U-turn and goes back the other way. Casey Wedge again. It's like that puck is on Velcro as he shoots and scores. He just lulled everybody to sleep. Boy, that was a clinic in stick handling, let me tell you.
I wasn't expecting that shot either, Chris. Neither was the goalie.
So Casey Wedge with a wicked low wrist shot beats goaltender Zach Cummings low to the stick side. They're up 3-1. Cowboys have trouble clearing their own zone. Man poaching on the doorstep, denied. Played back along the far wing board, swiped around the roulette wheel, comes to rest in the near corner. Back to get it is Robbie Alexander. He's stripped of the puck. One-time shot out of the net. Van Otterloo got a piece of it. They'll bank it off the near wall, and a 2-on-1 if they can hurry. Up the near boards, Eric Swanstrom looking, and a quick shot. Did Cummings get a piece of that, or did it go in? Cummings right through that. Oh, it did go in right through the elbow and the side of the body. You see Cummings looking back now in complete disgust. He can't believe that they got it past him. And what a spectacular finish to this opening half by the Cowboys.
Under a
they
minute,
begin to pile it on. Yeah, they begin to pile it on. Wow. Travis Snow back on the floor. Second drag move to the inside, to the outside. Shot saved by Cummings. 3-on-1 if they can hurry. Back the other way. Here come the Hosers in over the line. Waiting, looking, shooting. Saved by Van Otterloo. 30 seconds and ticking here in the opening half. Wow, those 3-on-1 situations don't happen very often, let me tell you, Mike. Along with Mike the Fireman, I'm Chris Madsen. Hope you're enjoying the call here on RollerHockeyTV.net. Your home for Major League Roller Hockey action. Pass down low, waiting, looking, tipping attempt on the doorstep, and Cummings was able to reach way over and get the glove on it, and that's going to do it for the opening half. It's going to be a 4-1 Cowboys lead. We're going to keep it right here, Mike. You're watching the championship of Major League Roller Hockey here in the Irvine event. Second time we've been in this building, Mike, over the course of the last couple of months. Both times, terrific championship games.
It's a great game. I'm surprised about that into that first 15 minutes, though. I mean, the Cowboys really put it on at the end of the first 15 minutes.
And you could tell by the body language of goaltender Zach Cummings, haunched over, sucking wind a little bit. A long day, just getting a little bit longer there in that opening half. You know, that's the thing. You know, I believe when you're in a tournament like this, it's all about pacing. And, you know, and you take a look at these scores by the Hosers. 3 goals in the first game, 5 goals in their second game, 8 goals in the next game, 8 goals in... I mean, let's face it. You know, that means you're just driving to the net. After a while, that mileage takes its toll. And I got to tell you, I like to study players' body language. And right now, not only can you tell by their body language that they're down in the game, but you can tell that they're tiring in the game.
I think that's the Hosers' game, though. That's the only way they know how to play. Like an NBA team constantly doing the press, playing defense. They only know how to play that way and full on. So, like you said, maybe they're getting a little tired.
Well, let's see what happens now as San Diego tries to lead the charge out of their own zone. Demopoulos to the outside, back to the inside, finds the open man, and shooting right into the logo. There was Charles Baldwin on the forehand, and at the top of his crease, Robbie Van Otterloo was able to make the save, and he'll take the stoppage in play, but no stoppage in the clock. Face off to his right. Off the draw. Oh, through the legs. Backhand shot was blocked down at the defense. Played to the far wall. Nice little touch pass. They've got a man poaching down low. There's the pass. Here it comes. And Cummings was able to stick right with it. That was just a beautifully played diagonal feed. Out of traffic. You'll notice that since the start of the second half, that San Diego is really concentrating on the offensive side of the puck. They know that they're going to have to try to create something offensively to climb back into this game. And, of course, whenever you do that, Mike, you're leaving yourself susceptible defensively.
Well, they do have Baldwin and Speedy Gonzalez, who is speedy, and Baldwin's proven that he can score a goal or two. So I'm not giving up on the Hosers yet. I think they're still in the game, but time's ticking.
13:35. 4-1. Cowboys in white on top, controlling back to their own net. Pass on the far side. They've got a wide open man in the neutral zone, and that's Colin Palmer. They elected to play it back and behind their own net. This, of course, becomes very frustrating for the guys on offense because they're saying, you want the puck, come get the puck. Back the other way they come. On the near side, give and go pass, quick wrist shot, and Cummings at the top of his crease was able to deny Casey Wedge, who, if you missed it, put on a stick handling clinic to close out the opening half. But that time, Cummings saw him coming all the way and was able to regroup, slide from his right to his left, and make the save. Off the face-off, Travis Snow, head on a swivel, looking up. Looking for an option. No along the near wall. Cuts through traffic. Still has the puck. Travis Snow fakes one way, goes the other. In the high slot, quick shot, punched in down low on the doorstep. And denied was Eric Swanstrom as Cummings was able to get over to his left and regroup and make the save.
As I was speaking about the world rankings earlier, Chris, if you look over at the world rankings right now, the OC Cowboys are 0-4, so they're pretty far down the list. I think they'll move up, especially if they win this championship.
And again, we remind you, you can keep track of Major League Roller Hockey activities and upcoming events at MLRH.com. If you're wondering how they did seed out, Hosers were first, Savage were fourth, Palma was second, Cowboys were third. So this is a 1 versus 3 championship tourney. Along the back wall. Brought up through center court. Dom Kieser looks in the high slot. Good follow-up, though, by Ryan Tackett. He has their only goal in the game, by the way. And you can hear the goaltender chirping back up the floor. Love that type of competition when the goaltender, and communication, I should say, when the goaltender is involved, letting his players know that the Cowboys had a man trying to sneak in behind the defense for that home run pass as that long shot gets gloved and held onto by Van Otterloo. So we'll get a face-off to the left of the big goaltender, who right now has a pretty sizable lead to play with, up 4-1. Pass through the neutral zone. Check it out. Eric Swanstrom surrounded by nothing but orange sweaters. Pass behind the player. They got a breakaway. Possibly back the other way. Waiting, looking, waiting, shooting. They score! Talk about a nice decoy. Moving up the floor was Charles Baldwin, and for whatever reason, it looked like Robbie Van Otterloo decided to track him instead of the puck carrier. So we get a goal here in a 4-2 game. Well, Mike, this is more of that ebb and flow of the game that we've been seeing throughout the course of these semifinals and now in the championship game.
That was a much-needed goal with 10:30 left on the clock. Now we're only two. Now the Hosers only 2 back.
As you can see to our left, perhaps, the goaltender, Zach Cummings, perhaps off camera, trying to mop up some of the perspiration that is piling up on the floor here. And, of course, that perspiration, once the wheels hit that, you might as well put grease on the floor, right? Hosers in need of another. Move up the floor. Baldwin tracks back inside his own zone. Baldwin wants it back. No, instead, they'll drop it off in the high slot area. Pass to the wide side. Brought up the floor. Morgan Caps drops it off. Quick shot sails wide. Caps will follow up in the corner. He's got a wide open man at the near point, and he makes the connection to Speedy Gonzalez. Gonzalez wide open again, collects the puck, moves up the floor. He is hounded there now by Colin Palmer as that shot sails wide. 9:30 to go in the game. Out of their own zone. Nice recovery as it's swatted aside by David Baldwin to brother Charles. Charles in over the line. Met at the defense. Poke checked aside. Charles Baldwin in the corner looking for an option. He's got a man poaching down low. That's his brother David. Speedy Gonzalez back in his own zone. Ryan Tackett. Inside 9 minutes to go. We're going to keep an eye on the clock for you here in a 2-goal game. Cowboys in white on top. They are playing for the championship of this Irvine tournament. Through the neutral zone they come. Play down low, backhand shot, saved by the goaltender, Van Otterloo. He waved at the rebound. Comes to rest on the left offensive corner. Errant pass sails all the way back inside the San Diego zone. And right now you could tell that a little bit of fatigue is setting in on these Cowboys, and they're just going to make them work the length of the floor.
I think they're going to pull back a little bit, maybe, since the 2-goal lead and 8 minutes left, and just try to play a little keep away.
Again, you can hear the goaltender Cummings to our left chirping, making them very much aware of who is playing out in the neutral zone. Out of the corner. Pass down low, just out of the reach of its intended receiver, Charles Baldwin. Now Baldwin hooks a U-turn. Weaves to the outside, hooks a turn again. One-time shot, here it comes up high. Miss everything. Played into the corner. Nice opportunity there for the Cowboys to just settle things down and break out of their zone under control. And when you break out under control, the clock is with you. And Travis Snow knows it. Back inside the zone, Alexander weaves away. He's got a wide open Travis Snow, and again, this is that game of keep away that is so frustrating, and all the while the clock is grinding down. We're inside 7.5 minutes to go in this game. Drop pass, Alexander, toe drag move, outside, loose puck, top of the crease, swatted aside. 4-2, Cowboys on top of the Hosers. Back the other way they come, OC Cowboys. Drop it off in the high slot. Play it all the way back. They're just managing the clock right now. Cowboys out of their own zone. 2-on-3, they're on the short end. Now a third man jumps up into the frame. That's Casey Wedge. As that pass side of the net. Wait a minute, they're waiting, they're pointing. Face-off apparently will take place to the left of the goaltender because there was a little bit of confusion as to whether or not the goaltender, Cummings, had trapped that along the post or not, and apparently he did.
Looks like Cummings getting a little tired. Maybe he took a stinger on that play.
Yeah, I agree. In the neutral zone, they'll weave back. Hook a U-turn, go forward, David Baldwin. Baldwin's long rising shot gets swatted down into the glove hand of goaltender Robbie Van Otterloo, and he wants a face-off that will take place apparently just to his right. Inside 6 minutes to go, Mike. 2-goal game. Loose puck comes to rest in the corner. Travis Snow with it.
Hosers are putting the pressure on right now, though.
They break it. Back the other way they come. 3-on-2. Hosers on the short end. Chop a pass out front, and Cummings was able to flatten out and get a piece of that.
Gave his body up for that save.
Loose puck. Gobbled up, back the other way comes Speedy Gonzalez. Showing some wheels here. Pass down low, broken up in the defense. Opportunity for the Cowboys to sort of slow things up again to break out of their own zone. Let's see if they can take advantage of it. They will. Approaching 5 minutes to go in this game. Again, we keep an eye on the clock for you. Chris Mattson calling the action alongside my partner, Mike the Fireman. You're watching Major League Roller Hockey from Irvine, California. OC Cowboys in white leading 4-2 over the San Diego Hosers, who came into this game the top seed unbeaten. That's center court, chopped aside by Ryan Tackett. We're going to get an offside whistle here, and they'll bring it all the way back inside Hosers territory, and the face-off will be to the left of their goaltender. I will tell you one thing that I'm really surprised at, especially when you have a coach on the bench like Steve Baldwin. I was just going to say, why not burn a timeout here? And he just did. I was going to say, because his club looks tired right now.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, from an earlier interview, we've known he's played a little Major League Roller Hockey in his day, too, a little different roller hockey leagues. He even played back in Virginia.
Well, I thoroughly agree with this move. I think that they desperately need a bit of a breather. I mean, in fact, I'm going to ask Todd if you can pan over to the Cowboys. You'll notice one of the players trying to get that lactic acid in his legs, to get out of the calf area, get out of the thigh area, because I got to tell you, the legs feel very, very heavy right now. And I got to tell you, that is a very, very wise move. And, of course, it's from one of the veteran players, Travis Snow, that is doing it. He knows better. The legs get heavy. You gotta work on those legs, and you know that you're going to be pressed in the final 4.5 minutes of this game.
I'm not a skater to the quality of these guys by any means, Chris, but I've tried it, and I know what you're talking about. It doesn't take very long for your legs to get heavy out there skating.
Face off to the left. Ice hockey skater or a roller hockey skater, or both?
I tried. I didn't really play hockey. I tried to put on some skates. Let me
Is that right? You got tired trying to put them on, and that was it?
There you go.
You're waiting for those Velcro skates to come out. Is that it? You don't have to lace them up. Out of the corner. Loose puck gobbled up. Here comes Baldwin. Toe drag move to the inside. Good recovery by Travis Snow. No will drift back on defense. As again, they try to force the issue offensively. We're going to keep an eye on the goaltender, Cummings. It's a 2-goal game, 4 minutes to go, and the team in orange, San Diego, trails by 2. Controlling again, Ryan Tackett. Near side.
What time do you think they'll pull a goalie?
Well, quite honestly, I wouldn't let this clock go down much lower than 3 before I do that.
That's what I was thinking, Chris. What I was thinking.
So these next 50 seconds are critical. Long shot blocked down at the defense. And you can see a little bit of the frustration on Charles Baldwin as he could not get a clean shot in on goal. Wide side feed, corralled, no, moving in on goal, Corral waiting, shooting, and Cummings was able to stick right with him. Let's see if they can counterpunch back the other way, but the legs look heavy right now for San Diego. 3:20 to go, and Cummings remains in goal. Down by 2. No with it. Waiting, finds the open man on the wing. Wide open opportunity to break out of their own zone, and they'll elect to grind the clock down instead. Travis No with it again. On the forecheck is Steph Demopoulos. You can tell fresh bodies pouring off that bench for the Cowboys, but the same 4 guys have been on the floor forever for San Diego. They're tired. On the doorstep, save, Cummings, rebound, score! That ought to do it. Oh, my.
5-2.
I got to tell you, I was really, really surprised that San Diego did not make a line change, because you had guys that obviously had given up on the puck defensively, and it resulted in that odd-man situation and results in a 5th goal. And I got to tell you, that might just be the death blow in this game. Rimming around the boards. It's sort of funny. You know, you look at players like a Robbie Alexander moments ago. He picked up the puck, he played the puck to an open corner, and the first thing he did is what any smart player does. You get the puck, you get rid of it, you see it makes the connection, and the first thing you do is you look at the clock. Because now it's all about time management. You're up by 3. You're up by 3 with under 2 minutes to go, and why is Cummings still in net? That's what I want to know.
Especially down 3 goals.
Down 3 goals. Hey, look, I'm the last. I hate to second guess coaching and coaches in this one, but I gotta question Steve Baldwin's logic on this one.
Not a money.
Unless you're just saying, hey, you know what, guys, it's their game, set, match. Through traffic. Body language of Steve Baldwin.
He's finally coming off.
Yeah, finally.
126.
Yeah, they're gonna need a Bill Masienko 3 goals in 21 seconds. And what team did Bill Masienko play for? Oh, the Chicago Blackhawks. That's right.
I knew that was coming,
Yeah,
Chris.
you know.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, if you ever want to see one of my Stanley Cup rings, you just let me know. Maybe I'll bring it out to the next.
You played for the Blackhawks?
Well, you know, hey, what can I say? I got connections. You know what I'm saying? Loose puck in the corner. We're down to a minute to go. Loose puck. Charles Baldwin, first man to it. He's got a man wide open in the high slot. He found him. It's Speedy Gonzalez. Back to Baldwin. Baldwin waiting, shooting through traffic. And again, Robbie saw that all the way. Loose puck along the back wall. They want to keep this clock running. They do not want to stop it. Net is empty to our left. Down by 3. Drop pass, top of the circle. Gonzalez touch pass down low, but it failed to make the connection. 30 seconds away from a championship for the OC Cowboys. Loose puck along the back wall. In the high slot. Baldwin looking, shooting. Blocked down to the defense. 20 seconds away from a championship. Along the backboards, dug out. Opportunity. Baldwin looking, shooting. Oh, my. Somebody called 911 because somebody just got robbed. Oh, my goodness. You can see Baldwin shaking his head all the way back. Congratulations all around. Time is winding down, my friend. The Cowboys are your champions of this MLRH Irvine tourney.
Great tournament. Great working with you, Chris.
Oh, as always, a pleasure, Fireman. But I got to tell you, this was a team, the Hosers, that looked like a team possessed coming into this final, the championship game. And I got to tell you, credit to the Cowboys. They took it to them from the opening draw, never trailed in the game, and they skated away with a 3-goal victory.
Cowboys seem to be getting stronger every game they play.
So for my partner, Mike the Fireman, I'm Chris Matson. As you can tell from the fans behind us, very appreciative of the efforts of all these guys. We want to remind you Those of you viewing at home or around the globe on rollerhockeytv.net, check out MLRH.com. It'll give you all the latest information on one of the finest leagues in the nation, Major League Roller Hockey. That's MLRH.com. Also, some terrific tournaments coming up, one coming up in the Canary Islands. And, of course, follow us on Facebook as well, facebook.com/MLRH Pro. For Mike the Fireman, I'm Chris Mattson saying so long from Irvine. Once again, the champions, the OC Cowboys, with a 5-2 victory over the previously undefeated San Diego Hosers. So long, everybody.